In 2015, Texas Ranger James Holland interrogated a man named Larry Driskill, convincing him to confess to a murder he couldn't remember. But Driskill claims Holland manipulated him into a false confession through coercive techniques. This is the story of how one of Texas's most celebrated homicide detectives, known for his skill in obtaining confessions, may have gone too far. In 2005, the body of Bobbie Sue Hill, a 29-year-old mother of 5, was found in a creek bed. Investigators believed her death could be the work of a serial killer targeting sex workers in the area. But the case went cold for nearly a decade. When Ranger Holland questioned Driskill, he started by lying, telling him police had evidence placing him at the crime scene. Holland also used a tactic called hypotheticals. He asked Driskill to describe how a crime might have happened, without directly accusing him of committing it. Researchers explains how this can backfire. What something could have been like can turn into elements of what it would have been like, which can become elements of what it was like. In other words, by exploring a hypothetical scenario, Driskill may have started to believe he actually committed the crime. Holland went even further, having Driskill undergo hypnosis, a controversial technique that some experts say can contaminate a witness's memory. Eventually, after hours of this interrogation, Driskill confessed, even though he insisted he couldn't recall the events. He later told investigators, "I'm sitting there thinking, could I really do this? Subconsciously, he had me thinking that I did it." Driskill was convicted and sentenced to 15 years in prison, but his lawyers argue Holland's tactics were coercive and produced a false confession. Now, they're fighting to prove Driskill's innocence. The case raises questions about how far detectives can go in pursuit of a conviction, even when it means bending the rules. Holland's techniques, though legal, have been linked to false confessions in other cases.